I'm an awkward person. Okay. Hello, lads. My name is Elle, and welcome back to one of my random spontaneous videos. Cheers. Anyways, today I have made the decision that one of my plants has died. Why? So, I would like you guys to meet the poor crispy corpse of Ferndrick, who I have had for maybe 2.5 years and has just not once accepted the temperature of my room, like at all. And I have done literally everything, so don't come at me because I do know a thing or two about ferns and plants in general, and he just wasn't accepting anything. And he is gone. And this is the right size for Gemma, who is a geranium who needs to be replanted because she's starting to get a little crispy because it's getting a little too crowded for her. Her roots are popping out. So this is the funeral of Ferndrick. It's been a good one. No, it hasn't. This plant has infuriated me for 1,000 years, it seems. I've done the hydration technique of the rocks, putting rocks in the plate and then filling up that part with water. I've done, because they want humidity, and so I've done all the humidity options. Like, I've even gone to the lengths of putting a bag over it and just constantly spraying water in it, and it's just not accepting it whatsoever. So it's time. I'm gonna take one last sip for Ferndrick. This is really sad. I've had one other plant funeral before, and it was very tragic. My poor Allie the aloe plant. I name all my plants. Get over it. Because I think that since they're alive, you know, they deserve something. They deserve to have that name, you know. I just need to learn that I need to get plants that are okay with more of a dry, like, air. Because humidity plants just hate my room, so yeah. I am so sorry, Ferndrick, but it's your end is here. This is so sad. I would like to say a few last words for Ferndrick. Ferndrick, you are the most infuriating plant I have ever owned. You were so fussy with everything. It really hurt that you weren't accepting anything, but I still will always love you. Goodbye. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna replace all the soil that's in this plant. here is this beautiful pot that will now hold Gemma, my beautiful geranium, and hopefully she will do well in here. She's like growing to the side, which is not not very cool. I need her to stand more straight up. She's okay. Story behind her. She is geraniums are perennials, but so she was, the corpse of her was just chilling out in the basement because we have hanging plants outside during the summer. And she was just chilling out in the basement, and I thought that there was some green on her, and I was like, finesse. Because, you know, I love plants. I love houseplants so much. And so I was immediately like, must finesse, must save Gemma, you know? So I replanted her in this pot, the only part of her that was still alive. And this is her now. So she's grown very strangely. Like, there's some dead parts on her, but there's more green parts now. It's a very confusing plant. Don't really know what's going on. But all I know is that she needs to be replanted, and I thought that this would be a perfect video to just, you know, chit-chat with you guys while I replant my plant. Talk, you know? This is fun. As I scoop out all this dirt. And oh my gosh, my gardening is just atrocious because I needed to get rocks for, I have 2 orchids. So I needed to get more rocks because I had to replant one of them. So we have this recycling center where I live that just has like a lot of rocks. So I took like an entire pot full of rocks, and I had, in the end, I had so much, like, so many rocks that I literally, like, some of them had to go in my dirt, so that's what I'm picking out of my dirt at the moment. So if you see me pull something out of my dirt, then that's what that is, just some rocks. I now have a better place for them. Also, this trowel has like bent completely backwards, so that's delish. I'm just like a really, really awkward person, you know? And so like talking is sometimes very difficult for me. Which is also why I was like, oh, let's not make a YouTube channel because, you know, what you primarily do is talk. But then I was like, you know what, I should do it because this is something I've always wanted to do. And this allows me to practice, you know, talking and like getting better at talking. Because I have so many things that I want to do. And like so many, you know, like people keep asking me, wow, I'm going on a tangent. People keep asking me, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? Like, you're a sophomore, you need to be really thinking about what college you're going to. That was not what I wanted to happen. I really need to be thinking what college I want to go to, what my profession is going to be. Why can I not scoop any dirt out of this? Hello? You know, I keep getting asked these questions, and all of the things I want to do require talking, so I'm like, okay, get out of your social anxiety shell, and just go for it. Just go for it. Just dig deep, if you will. That was a bad joke. You know, I'm digging dirt. I think having to explain a pun or a joke is probably the worst feeling ever. Like if somebody doesn't get it, and then you have to explain it, and then they're like, either they don't give enough of a reaction because it was an awful joke, or they just don't get it, and then you have to explain it, and then it takes all of the humor out of it. Just all of it. It sucks it all away. And my deep thought of the day. So Gemma will be going back where Fernbrook was, on my nightstand. Dirt, but that's fine. Because there's always more. And then I'll put her back and then I'll water her. Much for watching. I hope that this was enlightening in some way, shape, or form. What have we learned today? We have learned not to get a plant that requires humidity in a semi-dry weather texture. What is the word? Because there's humidity, then there's dryness, but humidity is also all like everybody knows it's referring to the air. But if you just say dry, then people are like, what, dry skin? I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's what we learned today. Don't get a freaking fern, because they're so picky.